you've heard of comedians in cars getting coffee. This is going to be more like songwriters in station wagons running errands around town. It's going to be riveting. There's a blog by Makoto Fujimura where he talks about how pragmatism and utility have infected every area of life, every institution, I think is what he says, and maybe even primarily the church. He says it's the artist's role to push back against pragmatism and utility, which is always focused on usefulness, and that the space you need to write a song or to create a work of art or to do your work requires almost an extravagant and wasteful, space or attitude. We talk a lot about busyness and things like that, but what he was addressing was an undercurrent of usefulness. If I'm not being useful kind of at all times. So when I go to write music, there is often a narrative in my head that says I'm being lazy if I take time to contemplate. He was talking about the time he takes to mix his paints, and he said anyone looking in on that would think it's extravagant and wasteful. He wasn't framing it in a way of consumerism, of buying stuff or comforting ourselves or finding this elusive me time. It was more about making space for contemplation and for time to let God speak to our hearts, going out into nature and taking a long walk. Sabbath, is in many ways countercultural. To take a whole day off and not work seems extravagant and wasteful. And some of us, many of us, me included, can't figure out how to actually do that. And to think about the kind of unproductive people in our worlds and in what way are they inviting us into some kind of extravagant, wasteful way of thinking, elderly people, kids, homeless, they live and occupy a space that is just really easy to kind of bulldoze right over it. And I think it's important to think about it. I like to think about it.
That's good. That's great.
All
That's
right.
awesome.
Can I really go grab the laundry?
Yep.
Okay. I will be right back. Are you going to grab it?
I got it.
Okay, that would be great because it's kind of heavy.